So, starting in a nice butterfly legs on your back, you're gonna lie down, bend your knees, press your feet to touch. Lie down, bend your knees, press your feet to touch. And just start to check in mentally and physically. And perhaps right away you start to notice your breath. And you start to slow your mind down to really connect with your breath. Taking full cycles where your lungs fill up, and deep exhales where your lungs empty. You start to soften the inner thighs, and you start to notice some organic surrender. So some kind of ease and some kind of softness. Using your exhale really long and deep to let go of any tension. And let's stay for 5 deep breaths, just honoring where your pelvis is, what you feel. Really slowing your mind down. After your 5 breaths, you can slowly start to draw your knees towards each other. Let go of any rush. Move super slowly and then maybe pulling the knees towards your chest. Rest your hands on the knees. And you can rock your knees left to right so that there comes a massage into your low back. And it can be gentle. You start to notice what feels open, what feels tight, without judgment, but just observing. And then you can kind of find center, let those knees hang on top of your ribs almost, and then bring your hands behind your head, heavy everything, and exhale. Just take a chin curl, chin tuck to lift your head and lower the cervical spine bone by bone. So we'll slow that down. Breath in to lift, tuck, engage the core, and exhale to lower the bones one at a time. Last time, take a moment, tuck your chin, heavy the head into your palms, start to curl, curl, curl off your mat, holding right there, draw the knees back together, and then gently pushing the head into the palms as you slowly lower your spine. Good. Send the toes high, catch the backs of your legs, and then options to go in the smallest knee circle away from each other. 4 breaths, you may start to notice your low core. And any tendency of the mind to rush. Let's move in the opposite direction. Notice if your ribs are popping out at all. Try to keep the rib cage grounded. And continue to soften the shoulders down. Let's go 3 more. For 2 more. Good. And then sending those toes high, slowly rounding, rounding. Reach the fingers to the toes and lower down. Okay, let's prepare for a twist. Breath in, knees stack and center. Breath out, you go for a twist. Both knees stay touching. Option to reach arms to a T. And just take 4 more slow breaths. For 3, Just for two. Really start to press your shoulders down, belly in, deep glute stretch. You let go only when you're ready. And only when you're ready, come through center, switching sides at your pace. Breath in to slow exhale. Just approaching the body with that ease and with that grace. Breathe, let this time be for you. And then drawing yourself back through center. We're going to take a couple rocks by catching the backs of your legs, extending the toes up, and then you're just kind of rocking to the toes, bending the knees, sending the spine to stretch under you. Land on your toes and stretch the spine. Doesn't really matter how fast or slow you go or what your range is. It's sort of like rocking like a ball, but you are finding kind of like your low abdominals every time you come up. In terms of how much rounding is going on in your back, your chin is tucked and you're engaging the upper arms as you roll. Going for two more. Option to like really slow down when you come up. So keep that rounding in the low back and hold right there. Take a nice fold. Catch your shins. And then you're going to lift the chin, butterfly your legs, and then just rock your head left to right slowly. Right, so you can go ear to shoulder. Letting your ribcage soften and just trusting the process. You can invite some semicircles, right? So that means you're rolling around the back of your neck a little bit. And then maybe finding forward and sending your fingers into a gentle crawl forward. So allow your practice to be just getting into the body and what the body is calling for. We'll take 4 long breaths here. Option to crawl the fingers away. Option to lower the elbows slowly. Tucking the chin in towards your chest and rolling up your spine to stack. And then we'll go ahead and grab that Pilates ring. Before you come onto your back, go ahead and take a couple arm circles. So right hand comes down, go into a gentle reach off to the side and invite big and slow and steady arm circles. And really start to create space and open generously. One more in this direction. And then switching towards the other side. So you should be proud of yourself for maintaining a slow pace which is something that's very hard to do in our busy, busy world outside of this mat. If you're really coming back through center, catching those knees, lifting the chest into a modified cow. And exhale, rounding the spine. Breath in, modified cow. Breath out for cat's back. Last one, really allowing the sternum to lift high, the shoulders to press down, and then feeling the articulation of how you hollow your belly and round that upper back. And then let's prepare to lie down. So you can take a roll down if it's already in your practice. You know, we haven't really warmed up too much. It's the quick stretchy flow, like having that spine stretch focus. So you can sit tall, you can plug those traps into their pockets. So we're going from any rounding in the upper back this time to this time plugging the traps down. And then ground through your heels. We're going to start to C curve and roll down. You want to feel your pelvic floor, your lowest core, your middle core. Keep that C curve, landing the mid-spine, upper back and head, reaching all the way back into fullest expression. And then fill up, listen carefully, hands go to the sky, knees bend to ground your feet. You're going to press through both those big toes. And from the hands reaching high, you're going to take a chest curl to lift the heart and lower down. So the ring and arms stay steady. It's really just the chest that's moving. And when you go up, nod the chin, work into those strong neck muscles. So I'm going to go really slow for 8. I encourage you to take time really tucking that chin in and forcing the back of your neck muscles to work. So the chin is bobbing back. Like, yes, correct. Because we tend to jet the chin forward, and I really want the top of the head to stay in line with the spine. And that's only possible when we're working those neck muscles. At least 3 more wherever you are, so you're almost giving yourself a double chin and then lifting up. 2 more. Ooh, 1 more. Tuck that chin, lift, 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 hold. Hold where the work is through the back of your neck the most, and challenge yourself to sustain that hold. And give yourself 3 rounds of breath, no matter how difficult it is right now. For 2 rounds of breath, and then for 1, you're going to lower it down. Okay, let's send the feet to the sky. Prepare for some gentle scissor work. So you're going to catch the ring with your hands and hook with your feet. And then keeping only the right leg where it is. Lower the left leg, heel flexes, inhale, point. Just tap the ring, flex to lower, and point to pull. And just going for 3 really strong ones. We're going to really power through into more teaser work, so I want you to make sure your low back feels open. We're ready to move the core. And then lower, point, and hold. Good job. Tuck the chin, prepare for that semi-roll up. Now, couple options. Neutral pelvis is what's going to feel good. Keeping this left toe lifted a hair or landing it, that's up to you. But we are going to try to take a circle. So if it feels accessible, commit to it. And take your gentle time for 3, for 2, for 1. And then lower with a roll down, so tucking and scooping your belly. and landing through your spine. Okay, left knee up. Prepare to switch legs. As you send the left foot high, unravel the right to gently flex and lower, and point and lift. And so you want to feel good even in the pelvis. For 4 more. So again, when we do lift that modified teaser, you really want to think of how my pelvis can be neutral, and the difference from like a boat pose in yoga is actually that your pelvic floor is engaged to keep your pelvis in neutral. Okay, prepare. So you're going to point halfway and then just take those rockers. And you can hold that extended leg either at a hover or land, but if you're there with us, take your gentle circles and notice if this leg feels any different. Other direction. Try to do it while keeping your pelvis really stable. And then hold that shape in your legs and gently prepare to lower the spine bone by bone. And then setting the feet up again. Okay, keep the feet in the loop and then press the upper heel ankle. So the spot above your ankle bone out into the band and out into the ring. Hands behind head, prepare. Exhale, chest curl. Okay, so let's clean up the tabletop. I definitely needed to. So knees are over hips, toes point, chest curl and lower. For 6 more. For 5. For 4, push out against the heels and against the ankle bones. 2 more. Hold on 1. Tiny pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on 1. 5 tinier ones. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grounding the head and then your feet slowly. Prepare for bridge. I want you to keep this ring where it is. Okay, ground through those feet firmly. And then start to scoop the tail, lift up slowly. 7 breaths, hold and sustain. Good. So now you're going to drop that lower rib down more. And then you're going to scoop that low cord to lift more. Take the pinching out of your low back. Yes, even more like that. One more time like that, where you drop the upper ribs and you scoop the low belly. One more time where you feel your bra line scooping in and down. And then slowly preparing to lower. Okay, let's do that again, so listen carefully. Inhale, scoop, 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 lift, lift, lift. Much better. Drop that rib cage down. Little better, keep going. Squeeze that core. Good. Drop that rib cage down again. 4 breaths. So if it's in the low back, bring it to the mid core. 3, 2, and 1. No rush, lower. Really, really good job. Let's go for 1 set of double leg toe tap, please. Bring the knees over your hips, point through your toes, and I want you to hinge, tap, return, control. Hinge, tap, return, control. Option, hands by hips. Option, head lifted. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Land your feet. Just kidding. 4 more. For 4. For 3. For 2. For 1. Hold at the tip top, float your chest higher. Breathe for 2 rounds of breath. Push the heels up. And then letting it go slowly. Excellent. So we're going to take several roll-ups and one standing set to close practice. We're shooting for a really quick effort today. So you're going to keep your ring for your roll-ups, right? I want you to try and maintain your grab of those rings. And then keep your legs long, just like we practiced rolling up a few times. You're going to make sure you have room behind you to extend your arms full and long. And then exhale, nod your chin, scoop the belly, stack the spine, and try for 8 at your pace. What I want you to remember is the C curve of the spine, the engagement of your quads, and your low core working really hard. Really working to keep your arms long and strong and maintaining that extension through both your arms. If you find yourself using momentum, that's okay. Just slow down the next couple ones. We are going to meet and seated on your next one. So just noticing where in the body, and then work the booty back again so you can sit tall. Stack the spine, work your upper ribs, and then in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Lift your sternum, stack your spine. 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 to hold. And then can you squeeze the ring and bring your elbows wide? And then hold in center. Let's add a bit of that rotation through the cervical, so through the upper back and back through center. So if you notice the hips stay really nice and steady, and same thing in the other direction. We're going for a couple more. Checking your full range. You want to really just feel the spine at the top, kind of going around an axis. So the shoulders are going around the axis of the spine. That's what I'm trying to say. And your obliques are also going around that axis. And we'll prepare for spine stretch. Take as many as the body is calling for. Filling up your lungs and then taking the chest down. Eight breaths, 9, 8, 9, and 10. So a couple more. You're gonna let that go and roll up when you're ready. And sit tall. Okay, so we're gonna close with some standing work, super quick. At your pace, come to stand. And then I'm gonna come to the long edge of my mat because that feels better for the feet since we're going in this second position. And then you want to really imagine that your tail is drawing down, right? And so we're going to try and target the booty here as well as that upper back. So let's exhale, second position, heels ground, squeeze your ring and start to sit low, and then work those inner thighs, keep squeezing the ring and sit tall. And gently lower, working both your legs equally and gently lift. And then keep that low core really strong and engaged. And imagine the power of those upper back muscles, upper shoulders, to sustain the hold on your ring. I want you to feel the booty squeeze every time you lift up, and then allow the quads to work as well. Hold this last one, and then we're gonna pulse hands and booty for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the low, pulse the arms, 7, 6, 5, 4, holding in 3, holding in 2, stay for 1, lift one heel and lower, and squeeze that ring and lift and lower for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Hold the ring, both legs up, down, heels up, heels down, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Option heels up or down, squeeze that ring, lateral flexion. And center, and other side, and center, and letting it all go. Let's reach up, parallel the feet, and come to your tippy toes. 4 breaths where you reach, reach, reach. For 3, for 2, stay, 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 and then we're gonna take it home, breath in, slowly land your heels, prepare. First position, biceps by ears, arms extended, side bend. And then can you go down for around the world and up in that side bend on the opposite side. We're gonna switch that direction. So start with the side bend, start to bow down, deep stretch, go around the world, and pick it up with a side bend through that other side. Other direction again. And try to take that deep side bend. We did train the obliques. And we'll go one more in that opposite final direction. Just focus on the journey of the sensations, the alignments, the breath. Hold anywhere you need to. And